Life is too short to be little. Man is never so manly as when he feels deeply, acts boldly, and expresses himself with frankness and with fervor. Meaning, life actually has always been ephemeral and temporal and momentary and transient. Under all circumstances and situations, no matter what we do, what we invent, what we create in the field of science, technology, AI, and what we become, achieve, still life is always going to be short, temporal, momentary, and transient for all of us and for all the living organisms and animals in the world, because we all are and have always been finite, limited, and relative in one way or another under universal laws, because the universe and the gods wanted us to be finite and limited so that the cycle of life and death could continue forward, and we can also gradually grow, progress, learn, and move forward. And obviously in our lives, in our individual life, we have to learn, move, progress, and that is why there is life and there is death also. Nothing is infinite, so it is not just an endless journey. There is an end to it, and that is the end, that is the ultimate climax to all of our lives, sufferings, pains, conflicts, chaos, unresolved relationships, desires, emotions, repressed feelings, love, etc. That ends everything. The thing is, man is not always manly. Man does not always act with manliness. Man has rarely been able to act with all of his virtues, qualities, and values, and with manliness. And he also rarely feels deeply and basically experiences boldly and expresses himself with frankness and fervor. But all these qualities and conditions that man is able to do and perform are very rare. Man lives under constant insecurity, fear, anxiety, shortcoming, deficiency that obviously exists in his psyche and lives inside of his body, and obviously is present inside of himself and not always in outside circumstances and external conditions or influence. But man suffers psychically, psychologically, mentally from turmoils, tortures, chaos, conflicts, and repression that he himself sometimes put himself into, and he cannot get himself out of it. So that's the tragedy of life. It's a tragedy anyways. Life is tragedy because it is suffering anyways. There is nothing at the core of life except for suffering and wholeness, and there is little hope in it for happiness, satisfaction, contentment, and a good end. So that